11. And starting from position number 11, representing the United Kingdom, driving kart 233 for Ricky Flynn Motorsport, it is Kai Askey. And now we move into the top 10, the best 10 qualifiers from the heat races, starting from position 10, representing France for the VDK Racing Team, it is driver 209, Evan Mallet. From position 9, representing France for Forza Racing, number 256, Isaac Hadjar. Starting from position number 8, representing Brazil in kart 236 for the Cosmic Racing Department, it is Rafael Chavez Camara. And starting from position number 7, driving kart number 239, representing Singapore, Forza Racing's Alexandros Katoulas. Starting from position number 6, representing the Netherlands, driving kart 277 for Ricky Flynn Motorsport, Thomas ten Brinker. And starting from position number 5, representing Italy for the Parolin Racing Team in kart number 235, it is Gabriele Mini. 4 drivers to go, and starting from position number 4, representing France in kart 210 for the VDK Racing Team, it is Victor Bernier. And starting from 3rd position, representing Ward Racing from Russia, driver 220, Kirill Smau. And on to the front row of the grid, starting on the outside of row number 1, representing Brazil and the CRG Racing Team, driver 02, Gabriel Bortoletto. And your pole position holder for the Junior OK final, representing the Netherlands, driving kart 234 for Forza Racing, it is Delano Vantoff. They are your 4 starting drivers for the Junior OK final, ladies and gentlemen. The race will begin very shortly.
Thank you very much, Henry, for the presentation of all the drivers that are going to be taking part in the first final of this afternoon. 2 big races, the first one being for the junior category, of course. The youngsters out of 2 categories. The seniors going to come up a bit later this afternoon at 2:45 local time in the UK. I'm going to hand over to Chris on the starting grid right now.
Ireland, you're enjoying racing around here in the FI Championship?
Racing, great atmosphere, yeah, this is the closest we can get to a home race, so I think we were a bit unlucky with some races, but we had the pace all weekend and we should be quick to come through.
And start of the pack essentially, it's going to be a little bit congested at the start. So once
it should be good. We've been fast all weekend. I think it'll be a bit of a good race at the start, and then it should spread out over the whole race and get better and better.
You think the performance this weekend has given you the confidence now, next 2 rounds, to get more good results on the board?
Yeah, Forza have done a great job all weekend, and thanks to Jamie. And yeah, it's been good all weekend, and we definitely have the pace to make it through.
Thanks for speaking to us. we'll keep walking down and see who we can speak to next. We'll have a look. Here's Aaron. Paul, do you fancy a chat? No? Well, I'm anyway, basically. Oh, God. Okay, I've got to try and kneel down. You know, I guess coming in as a championship leader, not the ideal situation. However, long final ahead of you. You still confident?
Yeah. Actually, the weekend was quite good. The qualifying didn't go as we planned, but some positions. Final is a long race, so have time to come to the top and definitely pick up a lot of points, maybe.
I guess that shows, you know, how competitive this championship and how important qualifying is, right?
Definitely does.
Good stuff, good stuff. And you know, racing, of course, with the Ricky Fling team. You guys, great job so far this season. Confident behind you.
Some very. I had speed the heat, so they have speed now. Just try to look forward as I can.
One to watch, basically. There we go. We'll be keeping an eye on you. Best of luck to Paul Aaron. We'll keep working our way down the field. Maybe we'll speak to Sammy Megatoon, perhaps. Can we have a little word? Yeah, come over. So, are you happy? You know, a few carts ahead, a few rows ahead, but you know, you're not all the way down the back of the field. You're still right in contention. You think you can potentially get a top 5 finish from here?
Yeah, I hope to, but I had a spoiler penalty yesterday, so it penalized me a little bit, but I hope for top 5 and I stay focused.
Tell us what the racing's been like around here so far this weekend in the juniors.
Excuse me,
what's the racing been like? How tough has it been to make positions round here, or is it a track you think you can make a lot of positions at?
Yeah, I think, but it's very close with the other driver. We had everybody have the new tires, but I hope for a good race here.
Good stuff. Thanks for speaking to us. We'll keep working our way down. I'm not sure how much time we have left, but we'll keep working our way through. Maybe we might be able to speak to Isaac Hajan. Can we have a little chat? No? Oh, no? Oh, there we go. Maybe not. We'll keep walking. Who have we got? Who have we got next? We'll keep walking down the field. We're getting well into the top 10 now. Maybe we will speak to Gabriele Mini if he's up for a chat. Gabriele, can we have a quick chat with you? Where are we? 3rd row. So pretty good. More points on the board in the championship, of course. Plan from here, I guess, go for the win.
Yes, I will try to win, but I already know that that's not an easy race.
And you know, PFI, what have you thought of the racing round here? It's been pretty tough, hasn't it, round here this weekend?
Yeah, PFI is not an easy track, so you don't have to do any mistake to win.
And I mean, that's why, you know, 4 rounds. So are you trying to make it okay? Maybe damage limitation here, then 2 more rounds to go. I guess getting points on the board is the crucial thing to win in this championship, isn't it?
Yeah, normally that's not the World Championship where you have only to win. So I will not do damage here.
So no major risks needed in this one. Just get good points on the board. You don't have to take any major risks, really, do you?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Thanks for speaking to us. That's Gabriele Mini. We'll keep walking forward, and we are now on to row number 2. We'll speak to Kirill Small if he's up for that. Kirill, brilliant qualifying, really. Brilliant set of heats for you. 2nd row. You must be happy.
Yeah, I'm happy for this position. We drive all the time first. We start all the time the first, but have some problem into heats. So I start 3rd, and it's good position for the final. We try to do the best.
You mentioned a couple of problems there. You tell us a little bit more about that?
No.
Fair enough. It was worth a try. But you're on the 2nd row, as we said. Turn 1, I guess. Plan get straight into 2nd and go from there.
I try to do my best. That's all.
Best of luck. Thank you very much. I think that was pretty straightforward, to be honest. The response there. Now, Oh, thanks, Ray. That's perfect. We've come in at just the right time. Delana Van Hoff, I'm going to have to go down again. Oh. Well, it couldn't get much better. We spoke to you once already, but I guess we'll speak to you again. Come around, Oleg, because I actually want to show you the view as well, what it's like going down towards turn number 1 there. How does it feel to be sat here now? You've actually come out, sat on the track on pole position.
I mean, it's pretty nerve-wracking, of course, but I think I'm still ready for it.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, we did mention, you know, about a plan for the race. Of course, you wouldn't want to share that one with us, but you know, any final words for us on the live stream ahead of the race? Anyone you want to thank so far for the efforts this weekend?
Well, I definitely want to thank the team, Forza, for bringing me this far. My dad, of course. Yeah.
Good luck. Thanks.
Mechanic, Alex Gill.
Yep, and there he is behind, of course, raced at this level himself. We'll grab one final word, I think, with Gabriel Bortoletto, and then we'll call it a day. I'm going to come around here. Gabriel, good result for you so far this weekend. I think. How crucial is it to score points in the heats? You have to get inside that top 10, don't you? Do you think this is the kind of thing that wins you championships, qualifying in the top 10?
Yeah, it's good for the championship because I have 9 points now because I start second, and only thanks my coach Francesco Di Mauro and CRG and God and my family.
Is that something on your mind, you know, as you're going through the weekend, through the 5 different heats? Are you always thinking about grid position and championship points?
Yeah, it's good.
And what about the race? It's a long race. I guess that will change tactics going into it.
Yeah, I have a difficult race now because only 17 laps, and there's times I start second, and good luck for all.
Thanks very much, Gabriel, and we'll end with just showing you the rundown towards turn 1. That is it down there, and that is it for the grid walk. Thank you very much for watching. We're now going to go up to Guillaume in the commentary box to build up to the OK Junior final.
Thank you very much, Chris McCarthy, live on Facebook and on the live stream as well, live on the starting grid. Thank you very much for chatting, of course, to all the drivers. There was content brought to you by FIA Karting. We're live here for the first final of 2 this afternoon, second round of the FIA Karting European Championship, opposing 2 categories, the OK and the Junior categories. The first one here on the track being the Junior. 3 minutes to go as the signal is given to the drivers waiting patiently on the track. The grid is now completed with all the drivers, almost all the drivers sitting in the cart. Let's have a quick round once again of the starting grid, shall we, before getting into the action. We're gonna have on the right side of the starting grid and on the left side on the picture, for those of you out there following us live on the live stream brought to you by FIA Karting all over the world, wherever you are, thank you for joining in, and thank you even more to all the fans that actually are joining us here on location on this beautiful PF International racetrack under the sun. Fantastic weather so far this weekend. All the conditions are actually together to have a fantastic show on track, as we've had all the weekend so far. So Dylan Ovantov is going to be starting on pole position with 3 wins during the qualifying heat. Impressive results so far for Dylan Ovantov. He's going to have Gabriel Bortoletto, the Brazilian driver, alongside him. Second row, Kirill Small and Victor Bernier, the Frenchman. 2 wins in the heat, 3 for Kirill Small. A fantastic and very impressive top 4 over there on the grid. Then Gabriele Mini starting on the right side of the track in 5th position with Thomas Stenbrigg just alongside him. 4th row will be shared between Alexandros Katoulas and Raffaele Camara. 5th row, Isaac Adjar and Evan Mallet. Another Frenchman in the top 10. It makes 2 of them so far with Victor Bernier, of course. 5th row, Isaac Adjar and Van Mallet, I just said that. 6th row, moving along with Kayaski and Alex Lloyd. 7th row will be shared between Sami Mikatunev and Paul Harron. 8th row, we'll see Marcus Hammond alongside Daniel Brislul. 9th row, Alex Dunn and Nico Ankte. 10th row, Jamie Day and Sebastian Montoya. 11th row, Maria Soprepera and Zach O'Sullivan. Luca Griggs and Vlad Lomko will be alongside each other on 12th row. Row number 13, Lorenzo D'Alosio and Jack Crawford. Row number 14, Taylor Barnard and Georgi Dimitrov, row number 15, Jose Gutierrez and Dino Beganovic, row 16, Alessandro Sedenesi and Loris Caberu, and then the 17 and last row, Josh Dufek and Matthew Rees. 34 drivers in total on this grid. That's of course the maximum that we can have on the grid for a final. These are the 34 fastest drivers out of the 5 qualifying heats as we've had so far yesterday, Saturday, and this morning. We've seen absolutely fantastic racing going on here on the PF International Racetrack, PF for Paul Fletcher. Of course, I will salute the builder and owner of this very track. And here we go for the formation lap. The first final of this afternoon is underway with Dylan Ovantov and Gabriele Bortoleto on the first row. This is going to be an impressive start. Let's make sure about that. We're going to go for 19 laps. We're going to have, I think, a few more for the senior final. There's going to be 22 laps indeed for the second race later this afternoon. 19 for this one as the field is on track, completing the formation lap. Dylan Ovantov, Gabriele Bortoleto, Kyle Small, Victor Berni, Gabriele Mini. This is your top 5 with Thomas Tenbrick just behind in 6th position. The top 5 with the fastest drivers and the most efficient drivers during the qualifying heats. And I see just Chris McCarthy just joined me back in the speaker box. Good job out there, Chris. Of course, Henry presenting all the drivers that you saw getting on the track in, I would say, a fantastic spectacle with a good smoke out there and a presentation all over to you. 2 formation lap indeed for this final race. So we have a beautiful clouds of smoke introducing the drivers on the track. Each of the drivers, as we did in Salbris and as well in Sarno, has a fantastic medal, a silver medal for each of the drivers taking part in this final of the European Championship. This is brand new, of course. It's up to the FIA who made the decision to reward all the drivers taking part in the final race of the weekend. So it's a lovely way, I think, to thank them for being part of such a beautiful event and to reward them already for being so far in the weekend after the qualifying heats. We know how hard those heats have been for most of the drivers. We've got the 34 best out there on the track ready to battle each other, as this is going to be a good racing out there. Thank you once again very, very much for joining us here on track and all over the world, wherever you are, to follow what's happening here in PFI. Chris, a quick word as we're going to go for racing already. The starting grid, a few chats. It was interesting as the green flag is for very, very soon in a few seconds.
Yep, Delano Vanhoff on the front row. Gabriele Bortoleto alongside him. 2 drivers very, very focused going into this one, and so they should be. It's round 2 of the FIA Karting European Championship. Are we going to get away for 19 laps of racing? Yes, we do. Delano Vanhoff leading us in towards turn number 1. Kiddo Small goes into second place. Bortoleto trying to get back into second as they went underneath the Litchfield Bridge, as well as defending that third place as they go over the bridge for the first time. Let's pick out who it is in 4th place then as we head down towards the first hairpin. Kiddo Small second, and Kiddo Small dives for the lead. Delano Vanhoff left the gap, and Kiddo Small has taken advantage going into the lead. 4th place, by the way, is Victor Bernier. 5th place is Gabriele Mini. 6th place then is the 277 of Thomas Ten Brinke. Then in 7th place, a huge incident over at the bridge. How many drivers have we gone off there? We've got Zach O'Sullivan gone, Marcus Armand, Daniel Blees, Alex Dunn, Lorenzo D'Aloisio, looks like he's gone as well. Jose Antonio Gutierrez is also off. So a lot of drivers taken prisoner there in the opening lap, and unfortunately they've got a long watch now, Guillaume, with the rest of the final. Still 18 laps remaining.
Yeah, it makes 6 drivers involved with this big crash in after the right-hander on the bridge over there. Change for 3rd place indeed, with second place well spotted over there with Gabriele Bortoleto getting past Dylan Ovantov. Things get worse for the Dutchman as he loses 1 more place to Gabriele Bortoleto. Now in 2nd position. It might get even worse with in 4th. I think this is Victor Beignet coming very fast indeed over there. He's in 3rd position, Victor Beignet, with Gabriele Bortoleto just behind. So Kirill Small, fantastic start, is in 1st position. Dylan Ovantov 2nd. Then we have Victor Beignet in 3rd. Gabriele Bortoleto 4th. Gabriele Mini is in the top 5. Thomas Van den Brik is 6. Alexandros Katoulas in 7th position. 8th position for Rafael Camara. Evan Mallet and Isaac Arja closing up the top 10 as the field comes across the line once again. Should we see some move coming up very soon in the hairpin as the top 2, Kyril Small against Bortoleto, are very close to each other indeed in this first laps of the final race for the junior category, with a big hit in the first lap. No move yet, Chris, as you keep an eye, of course, on what's happening.
There has been one change there for 6th place. Alexandros Katoulas has gone into 6th. Now, Delano Van Hoff, unfortunately, not the start he would have been hoping for there, dropping to 4th place, but there still is a long race ahead. Delano Van Hoff, unfortunately, dropping to 4th place, but still a lot of time to try and recover this throughout the race as they make their way out of the last corner and down the start-finish straight. Here we go then to complete lap number 3. Kyril Small leading the way, but fastest lap goes to Victor Bernier in 3rd. Watch him under the bridge. He's going to try for a move. Wasn't quite able to get past Bortoleto, but he's becoming very impatient. The Frenchman there in 3rd place. Expect to move potentially down at hairpin number 1. Here we go, down to the first hairpin. Will Victor Bernier launch to the inside? Yes, he does. Victor Bernier now into 2nd place then. Bortoleto dropping to 3rd, and here comes the pole sitter Van Hoff now coming back into the mix in 4th place.
Yeah, good diving out there from Victor Bernier, the Frenchman, now in 2nd position, trying to chase now Kyril Small comfortably in the lead ever since we started this final race, with 3/10 of a second behind. So we shall see about the gap as they're about to come across the line, the start-finish line once again. Good battle behind. Gabriel Bortoleto is under the pressure of Dylan Ovantov in 4th position. Dylan Ovantov, who has still some ground to recover after starting on pole position. They come across the line just behind, just before our speaker box. Shall we see some change coming up for 4th, I think. Dylan Ovantov on Gabriel Bortoleto. It just happened in the hairpin over there. Is the move made or not?
It is made. Delano Van Hoff is into 3rd. Paul Aron, by the way, who was the championship leader, tumbling down the order. He's gone down to 20th place now, the Estonian. It looked as if Kai Aski had dropped down quite a few positions as well, as the lead pack making its way out of the 2nd hairpin. It's 2 now for the lead. Kyril Small versus Victor Bernier out front, and then 3rd place now, Delano Van Hoff. Let's see what the gap is. By the way, Delano Van Hoff in 3rd place has just set the fastest 2nd sector of the race. So now he's been released from that pack. Delano Van Hoff is absolutely flying as he comes out the last corner. Let's get the gap for you as he comes across the line. It is 8.5 tenths then for Delano Van Hoff to close in as they go under the bridge. A change for 4. It looked as if Gabriele Mini has just made a move, and he has. So Gabriele Mini into 4th place then as they come off the bridge for the 6th time.
I think it's now or never for Gabriele Mini in 4th position, the Italian driver. 2 wins in the heats. He just got past for 4th for Gabriel Bortoleto as the top 2, Kyril Small and Victor Bernier, were just a change for the lead, with Victor Bernier and Kyril Small side by side, with Victor Bernier making his way up into the 1st position just before the chicane. A beautiful move in the hairpin from the French driver, back in 1st position ahead of Kyril Small, the Russian. Fantastic duo going on right now between those two. Dylan Ovantov still in 3rd position, but watch out for Gabriele Mini just behind. He just got past Gabriel Bortoleto before in the lap, so he's going to try to catch up the top 3. This is now or never for Italian driver, as the other 3 drivers in the top were trying to increase the gap. Something they've been able to do so far. 2/10 of a second between Victor Bernier in the lead and Kyril Small in 2nd position. And we have 3/10, so half of a second between the top 3. Gabriele Mini is still in 4th, under the pressure of Gabriel Bortoleto just behind in 5th. Then we have a small gap. Alexandro Katoulas, I think, is still in 6th position, under the pressure behind of Thomas Van den Brik, who was very close in the hairpin. I think Alex Lloyd just made his way up. Rafael Camara just behind. He just got past, I think, the wild card over there in 8th position. Just to get confirmation about this as they come across the line very soon. Victor Bernier is still the leader in the 3rd sector. Here come the Frenchmen coming across the start-finish line. Victor Benny, let's have a look at the gap. 0.4 of a second already. It seems that Victor Benny is able to increase the gap, but watch out for these two behind. Kirill Small and Delano Van Toff. Chris are very close to each other. They might want to work together actually to try to get Victor Benny in the lead.
Disagree. Delano Van Hoff's going to go for second place if he gets a chance. I'm telling you, started this race from pole position. He'll want to take that maximum score of points home, and I don't think he'll want to risk working with Kirill Small to do that. He'll want to do it on his own. Gabriele Mini in 4th place still. 5th place is Gabriel Bortoletto, as you said. 6th place is the number 277 there of Thomas Ten Brink. Then it's Alex Lloyd, who's making a good recovery after a difficult start to the race in 8th place. Then it's Rafael Kamara. Evan Malay rounds out the top 10 at the moment. Georgi Dimitrov, one of the biggest movers, by the way. He's gained 16 places to run in 12th place in the 223. Taylor Barnard has gained 12 places to run 15th. Dino Begnovic has gained 10 to run in 20th place as we complete lap number 8 of 19. Over the bridge they go one more time. 3 cars still stranded there, unfortunately, and a change for 5th. Change for 5th place. Thomas Ten Brink goes past Gabriel Bortoletto, who's now being chased down. And watch Delano Van Hoff in 3rd place. Is there a move going to come? Thought he might have had the run on Kirill Small there. Delano Van Hoff is very close now as they go into the chicane. Not quite close enough yet, but the move is just corners away, Guillaume.
Yeah, as you said, Chris, Delano Van Toff is going to go for the move. He needs to do that right now and getting past Kirill Small. Otherwise, Victor Benny is going to be able maybe to increase the gap and fly away from the reach. Kirill Small has, of course, the same part in mind as he's going to try to decrease the gap on the Frenchman. But Delano Van Toff is just behind and faster, as it seems, than the Russian driver in the first 3 corners. Shall we see a move coming up in the hairpin? Not yet, as they make their way up to the hill, onto the bridge. Still, Delano Van Toff still behind in 3rd position, down in the straight line. I think Kirill Small better look over his shoulder to see where the Dutchman is in.
Oh, Kirill Small a bit deep on the brakes there. Delano Van Hoff might have the run now into hairpin 2. Will he take advantage? He can't quite do it. That was a mistake there, Guillaume, wasn't it? Kirill Small is feeling the pressure here. Delano Van Hoff has the run into the chicane. Oh, almost lunged up the inside there of the Russian driver, and Delano Van Hoff, and now is going to stay in 3rd place. But these top 3, well, Delano Van Hoff either needs to make this move and make it fast, or, as Guillaume suggested, perhaps work with Kirill Small. I still think he'll go for it as soon as he gets a chance. Victor Bernier, though, no such problems for him out front. The Frenchman leading by half a second. The top 10 spreading out ever so slightly. We've got Mini in 4th, Ten Brink in 5th. As Guillaume's just pointed out, Alex Lloyd is now in 6th ahead of Bortoletto. He's dropping down the field after starting on the front row. Then it's Katulis, Kamara and Malay.
It's worth mentioning, Chris, we had the information just after the heat that Victor Bernier actually put the set of tyre in the last heat, and a change for 11th position with Georgi Dimitrov getting past Isaac Arjay. It just happened in the first step, and well spotted, Chris. Victor Bernier has already used tyre because he said a new set during the qualifying heat to be able actually to make his way into the final in good position. So now he's running very, very fast with Kirill Small just behind Delano Van Toff in 3rd.
Oh, big crash. Kirill Small's off. Kirill Small into the barriers. He's managed to somehow keep the engine going and get back going again. But what on earth happened there? Kirill Small has clattered into the barriers, and if you're on the banking, which several of you are, you'll see the number 220 of Kirill Small is no longer in 2nd place. He's now out of the top 10 in 12th place and almost out of the points. Well, somehow Delano Van Hoff managed to avoid that, but the gap for Victor Bernier now has risen to 1.4 seconds. Well, was that contact? Was it? Oh, and another driver off. Taylor Barnard's off. Barnard off out of hairpin 1, and he manages to keep the engine going and get going. Barnard also off. Now he was up, going up the order. He was up to 13th place, having gained 14 places, but unfortunately then 2 incidents in 1 lap there, Guillaume, as Victor Bernier comes across the line with a lead of 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, quite a comfortable gap for Victor Bernier over there. 1.5 ahead of Delano Van Toff. We still have Gabriele Mini on his tail now in 3rd position after what happened before to the one in third, that was of course back in out of the top 10. That was unfortunately for him what just happened. Of course, the lap before. But now Gabriele Mini is in third position after what happened to Kirill Small. I just found him back there in the ranking. 11th position for the Russian driver who just got pushed out of the race. Quite unfortunate for him. This is one of the first of the key moments of this final, with Kirill Small losing pretty much everything after such a brilliant performance so far in this weekend. Still, Gabriele Mini, lucky for him, in third position with half of a second of a gap behind Dylan Evantov. Maybe he has a good shot, who knows, at one step further on the podium, Gabriele Mini, as we are more than halfway to the distance. Less than 7 laps to go in this final as the field comes across the line again. Let's have a look at the gap. Still 1.4 seconds ahead for Victor Bernier. It's going to be hard, isn't it, for Dylan Evantov just to try to decrease this gap, as he's going to have to contain as well Gabriele Mini in third.
Well, he's come down fractionally. You say about Gabriele Mini, I think he's got problems of his own in the shape of Thomas ten Brink in 4th place and Alex Lloyd in 5th place. The wildcard could be staring at a potential podium here. Then not too far behind that we have Gabriel Bortoletto and Alexandros Katoulas, and then next along, of course, we have Rafael Camara as they make their way now down through the Mike Wilson complex. The leader already going through there on screen. You can see the battle for third place. Look how close it is on screen now as they go through the left-hander in towards the final 2 corners. There's the leader, but look at the battle for third. Mini, when does he start going defensive? This is lap number 15 of 19. He's got to try and play his cards right here. He doesn't want to go defensive too early, but at the same time, he's got to be careful, of course, of the fact that, and there comes the challenge. Well, the challenge has come. Thomas ten Brink goes into 3rd place and Alex Lloyd goes into 4th place here. Look at Alex Lloyd, look at the run he's got out of hairpin 1. He's now closing in on Thomas ten Brink, and there's a warning flag going out there to the 205 of Dino Begnovic. But the battle for third, although it's changed hands, has not stopped, because ten Brink and Alex Lloyd right together, as you can see on screen, through Bobby Game Corner.
Yeah, I was going to say watch out for Alex Lloyd, and he's just made the move with Thomas ten Brink, both ahead of Gabriele Mini, who lost 2 positions as a consequence. Top 5 right now for Gabriele Mini. Surely not what he could have expected, of course, as the field comes across the line again. And the battle for third is going on right now with Alex Lloyd just behind Thomas van Stenbrink. Could he attempt the move in the hairpin? He was very, very close as they make their way up to the hill on the bridge, left and right. I think Alex Lloyd is going to try. He's going to go for it in the straight line into the breaking point on Thomas ten Brink. There's a 3rd place in contention for that, and even more if he can. And he goes. Taking the inside line. Fantastic move from Alex Lloyd, who's really flying right now, faster than Thomas van Stenbrink. Could he try actually to decrease the gap and make the contact in 2nd position? As he comes again, he was very close in the exchange. Of course, Thomas van Stenbrink tried actually to cut the line and tried to get the position back. He was unsuccessful, for the Dutchman. Now back in 4th position. I'm pretty sure it's not over yet between those two, as Bernier Evantov are now comfortably leading in 1st and 2nd position, coming across the line again.
There was a change further back whilst that was all happening. Katoulas went past Gabriel Bortoletto, so he's just gone into 6th place, and that was at the 1st hairpin. Now Alex Lloyd into 3rd, however, that 3rd place is not comfortable just yet, because it's at a lunge from Thomas ten Brink. It is, and ten Brink is now back into 3rd place then, as they make their way down towards hairpin 1. Now Alex Lloyd having to defend from Gabriele Mini. So Alex Lloyd, what does he do? He's in a bit of a difficult situation now, where he wants to go after ten Brink, but at the same time he wants to defend from Gabriele Mini. At the same time, you'd have to say Mini there, 2nd in that queue on screen, 3rd now as they make their way through Bobby Game Corner. Wants a podium, he wants to take as many points as possible, as across the line comes Alex Dunn. I think he's being told to go back to the pits, but here comes our leaders. Victor Bernier with a lead of over a second and a half now, with just 2 laps remaining. But the battle for third is where the focus is.
A good battle as well behind for 6 with Alexandro Katoulas, Gabriele Bortoletto and Rafael Camara in just 2 or 3 tenths of a second. As a change again for third. I think no, it was very close at the end of the bridge over there, as Alex Lloyd keeps attacking Thomas van ten Brink for the third place. Gabriele Mini could try to take the outside line in the open. Could he try to cut and have a better exit on Alex Lloyd? It's not happening again, as Lloyd is very close in the chicane, taking the inside line, and he was very close once again with Alex Lloyd putting the tires on the apex. That was a brave move, actually, well attempted, from Alex Lloyd. That didn't work out that way, as we have a driver that's happening off screen, the driver out of the race in the first hairpin. Did you identify him yet, Chris?
Yeah, Sopra unfortunately out the race, but this now the last lap as they come across the line. And is Alex Lloyd going to be able to go for that third place once again? It's very close. The two leaders over the bridge. Of course, Victor Bernier leading from Delano Van Hoff. But look at the battle for third. It is not over yet. A look over the shoulder there for Ten Brink. Alex Lloyd closing in on the brakes. Ten Brink doesn't know whether to attack or defend in terms of his strategy here. Gabriele Mini in there as well. Oh, and Bortoletto going past Alexandros Katoulis there for sixth place. Kamara in there as well, but look at Alex Lloyd. Can he get the run down towards Bobby Game corner? The pair of them are queuing up on the inside there. They go out above you. Oh, someone's gone wide. Who emerges in third? It's Gabriele Mini in third, but out front Victor Bernier is going to take the win from Delano Van Hoff in second place, and third is going to go to Gabriele Mini. What an end to the race, but what on earth happened down at the Mike Wilson complex there? Your race winner, the number 210, Victor Bernier, he comes over the bridge now, and second place is going to go to Delano Van Hoff. Third place to Gabriele Mini. Will something go on post-race though? We didn't quite see what happened, but both Alex Lloyd and Ten Brink ran wide. Gabriele Mini helped himself to third place, and I don't think he can believe it either as he comes round the second hairpin. Sixth place was Rafael Kamara. Seventh place, Gabriel Bortoletto. Eighth place was Alexandros Katoulis. Ninth and gaining 19 places was Georgi Dimitrov. What a drive from him. Jamie Day gained 10 on his way to 10th. Paul Aaron was 11th and Kajaski was 12th.
13th position for Dino Beganovic ahead of Nico Anke, the German. Vlad Lomko from Russia was 15. Good race from him though, with a gain of 8 places. 17 places gained for Dino Beganovic in 13th position.